Well, my focus is going to be, as I described in the intro, is going to be spine, main spine components, and the nerve system relationship to everything else. So my interest, if there's stress to the hips, at the hip socket area from a position like that, is more primarily to see is the sacrum pelvis relationship to the hips, the mechanics on how they hook up to the hips, the nerve supply that governs the hips, is that all clear? That's my main specialty there. As far as checking for hip dysplasia, I think that's definitely more specifically, assessed and diagnosed by the pediatrician. But if there is somebody that has a diagnosed case of that, making sure we're strong and healthy, and these components that we take care of with chiropractic adjusting would be important too. So actual adjustments aren't much different than the assessment. Once we find an area that we want to work on, the upper lumbars here, lumbar 1 and 2, were the areas that I found when he was face up in the car seat. And right now, repeated motions like this in a certain direction, which the vertebrae should move but may not be moving, are part and parcel of the adjustment. Sometimes I'll add some more adjusting movement to that with an instrument, which is a really fast movement. Feels very light, but the quickness of the instrument is very stimulating to the nerves in the joint called receptors, so that's really helpful. But sometimes this is the sole adjustment, it's just repeated motion or sustained contact. If the baby's awake and moving around, sometimes resisting a certain motion of their vertebrae while they're moving makes a lot of the adjustment change for them. So lumbar 1 we're working on. Sacrum, the base bone, is very rich in nerve supply, has loads of torso muscles anchoring to it and the strong legs anchoring to it, so making sure that our sacrum at the base is properly moving in both SI joints is a real big deal. The nerve supply that exits from the lumbar spine and the sacrum provides the nerve function, the innervation they say, for all of the abdominal organ function and all of the leg function.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you asked a question, do we have babies with digestion issues improve? I think that's got to be our most common condition that babies improve from at this age. Basically just allowing the power that's in the body that runs through the nerve system get through clearly, and then the body can be its strongest at doing what it needs to do to adapt or to fight symptoms or recuperate from symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so left lumbar 1 still shows up. I'm going to let him go flat a little bit here, and then we can do a little more palpation of the hips, maybe, if he'll let me. So left reflex again. He likes to pull left at the moment. Again, that's something in my assessment to take note of and see if that recurs. All right, so we're going to change position, see if that'll help him change position there a little bit. I'll just have him go this way. All right.
Oh.
Good, so there's left again, which he likes. So oftentimes we'll do mirror image adjusting if they'll let us. We'll encourage him to face the opposite direction. There he goes to the right with the pelvis, and we'll make adjustments when we're doing that. Let's just see what we can check in the cervical spine. Fixation in the right cervical 5, 6, and making a little bit of what I might tell the kids is a wiggle adjustment, just holding and making little gentle fingertip impulses to the motion that his body doesn't seem to allow. And moving better. Got a little spit up there. Sorry about that, mister. Shaking you up. Do you need to get more of that out? Oh, gosh. Sorry. All right. Let's go back here, and we'll finish up. Let's see if he'll look right. Yeah, that's great.
Come on, Bubba. Huh.
There you go. Got him.
There
Let
we
him rest
go.
there. Good. So he was full range of motion or more. Right? He's just not. He seems hesitant to go there. So if we're going to adjust
There he
that
goes
nerve
again.
system, we would like to adjust him preset in that other position a lot of times. Let's see if we can get that right rotation again. Thanks. Stimulate his left cheek a little. Take a look. I mean his right cheek, I'm sorry, of course, to turn right.
Oh.
There we go. Well, we got it. I'm going to go here, my finger over the instrument, so real light input. And then we're going to go down to our sacrum. And then lumbar 1. Great. So quick inputs, an adjustment of the vertebrae, but also the biggest deal is the speed makes a big change to the nerve endings, like we said, called receptors. The receptors run the joint, so it's kind of like you're adjusting the nerves that govern the joint, and in other types of adjustments, you're adjusting the bone to stimulate the nerves that govern the joint. Good. So that's great. All right, and he was, let's see if he'll, a little more right rotation. He's okay. There we go. Good. All right. All right. Good. So those are the steps I would take today. I think he did terrific considering we're waking him up and upsetting his sleep time. All right, so this is a good one for mom and dad at home sometimes. So if you're football holding left arm, they'll tend to rotate away from your arm, so he can get some practice turning right. Okay. Theoretically, he still wants to turn left, but it's worth a try. You can always gently stimulate the spine and nerves by just stroking the spine this way at home. You can burp them this way, etc. That's a lot of desire to go left. So we're going to recheck him a couple times and make sure he comes out turning even. That's our plan.
Okay.
All right. Good work. You're going to hold him. You're going to put him in the carrier.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. That was good.